Hi everybody, thanks for joining me today. We're going to make this really cute birthday card with Oddbird Planet stamps and colored with Prismacolor pencils. Okay, so let's get started. The first thing we do is we're going to stamp our happy birthday. And then we need to put the little owl right here. So we're going to use our stamp positioner. And the way to use stamp positioner is you just slide this thing right down into the little corner here. Stamp your image there. Take that away for a minute. Position it right where you want it. Put your block back. Take this away. Stamp your little dude right there, and there he is, right exactly where you want it. Now we'll get to coloring. This is my favorite part about making cards, the coloring part. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the first color. I'll tell you the colors as we go along. The first color is pink, just plain old pink. And we're going to put down a real easy layer of pink here. Nothing too fancy, just get a base coat. Doesn't even have to cover everything, because we're going to go back over later when we blend the colors. So color, color, color. And okay, as you can see, I did the rest of the letters. Now I'm going to take magenta, and I'm going to draw an imaginary line about halfway up all the letters here. And that's how far up I'm going to color the magenta. And I'm going to color fairly hard, and I'm going to color in. The reason why I put the pink down first is so the magenta wasn't so bright on the white paper. So I'm going to color all the letters up to about that halfway point. Now if you color with Prismacolor pencils a lot, once you start coloring heavy, you'll notice that there's like little pieces of the wax that comes off. You don't want to push it with your hand because that just grinds the wax in there. So what I use is this brush. Oh, that's close, isn't it? I use this brush. It's a real soft brush, and I brush the pieces away, and they don't blend, they don't scratch into the paper. The next color we're going to use is raspberry, and I'm just going to put this raspberry on the very bottom of the letters. Very bottom. Just to give it that third shading. Otherwise it looks just like two colors together. It doesn't really look like shading to me. So I put this along the bottom, and on the Y I'm putting it all the way down here like this. Now I'll go back with my pink, and I'll color harder here, fill this in. The reason why I wait is because I want to blend the rest of these colors into the pink before there's too much pink on there. So I just kind of go over it all. Don't you love this music? It just makes me want to dance, but I can't dance and color at the same time. So I choose coloring. Always choose coloring. It's okay. I'm going to finish up this light color. I'll be back. Okay, I've blended all the the regular pink into the other colors now. Now you can see some places I've gone out of the lines, but I'm going to show you, after I finish doing all my coloring, how I take care of those naughty coloring outside the lines. The other thing you might want to do is when you're coloring, is I turn my project different ways, because then you can see spots that you've missed, and oh my, we can't miss any spaces. So okay, so I've colored all that in. Next is we're going to do our little owl, and I'm going to use my very favorite color, lime peel. So I'm going to color the owl quickly, put down a base coat of the lime peel, then I'm going to take the peacock green, and I'm going to pull some color here. Whoopsie. Let's get rid of that. Pull some color like this. See, messy, messy, but you never know once you get it, you start coloring in. Now I start blending on top of my base color because I don't want the whole thing to be dark green. So I'm coloring little circles, pulling one color into the next, obliterating the line that I made with my pencil. We'll just blend, blend, blend. Get some of that off of there. And he needs a little more of the peacock green here on the edge. Then I'm also going to take a 90% cool gray, just to make it just a little bit darker right around the edges, because I like a little more definition there. Okay, I'll take the white and color his eyes. And then I'm going to take green ochre and I'm going to color his tummy. And then I'm going to take a dark umber and give him a little shading here. And I know some of you said that, yes, I know there's such thing as a blending pencil, but I don't like to use the blending pencil. I like to blend my colors together. So, okay. Now I'll take, this is a very thin pencil made by Prismacolor. It's the same colors. They make them in a lot of the basic colors, but it's a hard lead. So what I do is I go back in and I put the definition back in that I did on there. Okay. Now I'm going to go color this cupcake, and the cupcake is going to be this lime peel, peacock green, whoopsie, around there. Just using the same colors as I used on the other side. Oops, there we go. And blending it together. And we're going to put a cherry on top with the magenta. We'll color that right there like that. Okay. So now, what I use to erase my mistakes is an eraser shield, which you can get at the regular Office Depot or something, and an electric eraser. You put batteries in it, push the button, this end spins. This has the eraser on the end, and it spins. So what I'll do is I'll put this down where I made a mistake, and I know there's plenty of them here. And you just erase in between the lines. Right now I'm getting what I goofed up inside this line here. And that's all there is to it. And it takes your pencil away. So I'm going to go and clean up my mistakes, and I'll be right back and we'll finish up this card. Okay, so here we are back again, all cleaned up. I'm going to take my decorative scissors, which are just a scalloped edge, and I'm going to cut all the way around, and then we'll put the card together. Okay, so I've cut this out with my decorative edge scissors. I've adhered it to my papers. I put some glue dots on the back of these two flowers and put it on the card base. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Zig pencil and I'm just going to just draw some light lines on here just to finish it off. And you just draw, this is a real fine pen. I just draw some squiggly lines like this, all the way down to the end. And back. Try not to go off the edge. And there you go. One complete card. Thanks for stopping by today. Bye-bye.